Are you tired of listening to us talk?
Well, yes.
I don't blame you. So occasionally, we're going to ask you some questions.
My name is Mike Morse. I'm an attorney that manages complex litigation for insurance companies. I think it's the longest adrenaline rush you get when you're sitting in a car for a couple hours on a track with all the Lemons drivers around you. And I race Lemons specifically just because I think it's the best bang for the buck. We have a team, obviously you share your expenses. Lemons is the best deal out there. A current car is a 280 Datsun Shell. We started with a toaster, which was a great idea, but a horrible car. It blew up, and as I was repairing it, a Datsun that had a seized engine and no interior came up, and I had one as a kid. Kind of sticking with our mantra of race what you have, but try to get something that if you like it, you can make it fast. We have our upgrade program is every time we break something, we try to improve it. So pretty much everything on the car is improved. We're still running a Datsun drivetrain, 280 motor. The engine's been the best part of it. The car itself, we break a lot of the parts on it, but that's racing, right? Well, this year we hit our 10 years, which is probably our biggest win, but we did win Class B by sheer luck. I mean, we stayed out of trouble. It was neck and neck down to the last 15 minutes, and the other driver took himself out of the race on a corner, and we were lucky enough to finish second place. Amazingly, we got back. The low fuel light had been on for a half an hour, and we probably had 2 ounces of fuel left. So that if the driver hadn't have taken himself out trying to pass us, we would have ran out of gas. And so it was luck, but we had put ourselves in a position to win. And it was really interesting because Jay, when he was announcing the winner, said, anybody that wins Class B usually goes up, except for these guys. They're staying where they're put. And we've been close before, but we usually take ourselves out of the race with something. We tend to make mistakes like putting a new transmission in and then leaving the drain plug loose. So after 30 minutes, we lost all our oil, blew up a transmission. Buttonwillow has not been good to us. That's what happened in Buttonwillow. We had a backup transmission we brought down, installed that, and then found out that we had actually put the broken transmission in the trailer instead of the backup transmission, so we had to call a friend. Typical Lemons fashion, he drove down, and we put the third transmission in the same day, but we finished racing on Sunday. And we have lots of those stories where we, forgot to do something. We raced about a year and a half couldn't figure out why we had a clunking noise in the left front. And it turned out that there was a pair of vice grips up there to hold a shock, inner tube, because we couldn't tighten the bolt on the top. And, nobody ever looked that far up into the suspension to see that we had a vice grips up there for a year and a half, and nobody knew it. So it's those little things that we get in our own way, which is our biggest fail, but we always figure out a way around them. As a team, if we had unlimited budget, we would go get a shell of a Jaguar Mark II and then transfer all of our Datsun running gear over to it and have a fast Jaguar Mark II for the track, which I think would be really unique. We get a lot of people asking, about Lemons, and if I was going to build a car, what should you build? And my go-to answer is get something that you can afford, and as you're working on it, at the end of the day, you can make it fast, because you're going to get out there, you're going to get used to what you have, and then you're going to look around and try to figure out how to make it more competitive. Thank you, and I'll see you at the track.
Every second you don't subscribe or watch one of these videos, another Vega is sent to the crusher. Won't you help us save Classic?